everybody, Sandy here. I am going to do the hang method of applying my glitter onto this 35 ounce skinny. It's a hog tumbler from the Stainless Steel Depot. I have sanded it and spray painted it white. Not well, it's just barely covered, but that's okay. I want to show you quickly the glitters that we're going to be putting on, and I made a mix, and this is my mix. It looks almost white, but it's got a pinkish hue to it, and it's very pretty. The glitters that I used were Cameo Pink, and this is just a Walmart glitter, one of their fine, extra fine glitters. And also Crystal Diamond, which I use a lot for a lot of things. I thought that would be pretty in there. That kind of brings that pink down a little bit. I put very little of the pink in there, by the way. And then I've got Frequent Flyer, which is a translucent chunky mix from the Glitter Horse store. So, as I said, I mixed them all together in there, and I've got some epoxy mixed up. I have been working on other tumblers, and I still had a little bit, and I said, well, it's a good time to do this. So, I probably got maybe, if I have maybe 2 or 3 milliliters in here, and I'm just going to start with the top here. Sorry if I go out of frame. This is going to be a little tough to do, but with the hang method, you just barely need anything on here, just enough to tack your glitter in place. This is meant to be your adhesive. I try really hard to use the minimal amount, but sometimes it's the project that dictates, not me. Okay, a lot of times it's the project. Yeah, I'm seeing stuff pull up on this, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be covered in glitter, so that'll be covered. And I'm just barely getting any on there. And this will stay tacky for a good long time, so I don't have to rush to get my glitter on. I can take my time and do that. See how much more I can pull off at the bottom here. And yep, there's a couple of dings and stuff in there. This has been kicking around for a few weeks. Just waiting for a project. So we found one. And I saw this, I'm not sure where I saw something similar to what I want to do, but this is, obviously it's a peekaboo. So we've got some processes to go through here before we get to that point where it really shows its beauty. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and we're going to get some glitter on here. I just hit my hand, my other hand. I should have put another glove on. I knew I should have. Does that matter? Okay, I think we're pretty good here. Just want to make sure I've got my edges good and covered so that they don't reject my glitter. And I barely used any of this, so yay for me. That's probably a first. This gives you a workout. So if it's hot in your studio, well, you can call it your workout. Okay, I think we're good there. Our bottom is covered good. Get our ridge. Not really digging, having to do the glitter on the bottom, but all things for beauty. And we are not going to stress the mess. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm going to take this glove off, clean up my other hand, and when we come back, we're going to get some glitter on this baby. Get that to stand up. We're back, and we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and hit the bottom first. Get that part out of the way. And I'm hoping that I'm not going to have to glitter this twice. See that? That is just gorgeousness. Look at that iridescence and that. I think it might help if I back you back out. Whoopsie poopsie. There we go. There we go. I forgot. I left you sitting on the porch. There. That should make that a whole lot easier to deal with. There'll still be some pieces that'll stand up. But this chunky, even though it is a chunky, it's not as thick as some of the chunkies that I use. It's a little, it's more like cello film. Yep, I can say that. Almost like the party bags that you get for party favors for the kids. I'm just running my finger along there to swipe off anything that could be an issue. And we're going to let this dry. And when we come back, we're going to go ahead and well, I may go ahead and epoxy it. Then when we come back, we'll put the vinyl on this, and then we will spray paint it, and then you'll get to see the peekaboo part of it. So we will return. We're back. This has had 2 coats of epoxy and it's been sanded, and I went ahead and put my decals on for the peekaboo, and I'll try to scooch up here so you can see what they are. They're just random roses, and I did get these off of Google Images. So I cut them apart, and I will show you a picture of what those look like before I spray painted over top of them. I'll insert that here. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling these vinyl pieces off, and I'm going to try not to disturb my paint as best I can. Oh, you can hear the Shepchitsu security system out there barking. The littlest one makes the biggest noise. Okay, so this is wanting to give me a little bit of a hard time. There we go. If you can get them started, that's the biggest part of it. And I'm going to go ahead and get these all off of here. I'm not going to leave you to have to sit and watch it. But I wanted to give you a just a visual of what I'm doing. No different than any other peekaboo. If you've seen a peekaboo video, you pretty much know what the deal is with this. The biggest thing to concern yourself with is make sure your paint is dry. This has been drying for approximately about 24 hours. So there's no fear in me putting my fingerprints into the paint finish. So right now I'm just pulling up the vinyls and exposing the glitter underneath, and I hope you can see that. It's really pretty. When I do my final, or my next to my final coat of epoxy on this, I will be adding Malibu Rainbow ink, which also has a nice, it has a nice shimmer, but it's not a glitter. So I think that's going to give a nice finish to this. There, we have one whole part of the design has been peeled away. And I don't know if you can see the pretty glitter that's inside of there, but it's an iridescent, and some of it's chunky, some of it's fine, but in the grand scheme of things, I think this is going to be very pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and weed the rest of this, or peel the rest of this off camera, and then we will be back to discuss what our next step is. Stay tuned. We are now ready to apply our water slides to this. This paint has been on here for a couple of days now. And as you see, I got the rest of my vinyl off of there. And I think I only had maybe a couple of little dings that I don't even seem to be able to find in my paint. So nothing to worry about, right? These are the flowers that I'm going to be putting onto the cup. And I have a couple of different ones. These are a little smaller, but I thought they were pretty. I have my water bath over here for my water slides. These were sprayed with 2 times Rust-Oleum matte clear. I sprayed that twice, and then I did Plasti Dip twice over top of these. So we'll see how this goes. Isn't that pretty? And I thought, oh, that'll look so nice on here in different spots. And it'll help to bring the glitter that's behind the peekaboo out more, so that it's not just this white on white cup. That's my plan anyway. So I'm just going to trim up a little bit more on these because they are going to be so close to the peekaboos that I really don't want the water slide laying down into those inlays of the glitter, if you understand what I'm saying. In the water bath it is. It is, it is. And for the ones that can go around this way, fine. Those I'll put on the regular way, but anything that needs to go more like this, I'm going to have to put it face down. So I'm going to apply my water slide 2 different ways. And we'll see how it goes. This is clear water slide, by the way. Oh, there we go. We've awakened the beast. Okay. Now, this I think will look nice maybe here. Here. Okay. I guess that's where I'm going to put that one. And this is just clear, or I'm sorry, got to think here for a second. This is 2 times Rust-Oleum matte white on here, and I have not epoxied yet. Whoopsie. I knew I shouldn't just do that. Trying to work in a very small space here today. Okay, as I always do, I'm going to pull the glue off the backer, and I'm going to start squeegeeing this out. And I always pull the glue off there just to hopefully give the edges a little extra something to hang on to. I don't know if that's what I need to do, but that's what I feel like I should do. And so that's how I do it. And I'm just squeegeeing out any bubbles, wrinkles, water, whatever, just so it doesn't show up in the final epoxy coats. Okay, I think that's there. Therefore, I'm going to lightly pat it with the towel that I have on my tumbler cradle that my husband made for me, by the way. And we'll work out what we can this way as well. It seems to be adhered pretty well. So I think we're predominantly happy with that. I do want to point out, and you may be able to notice it, in some of the spots my water slides repelled. I think that was my fault. I think I might have forgotten to put matte spray over top of my Plasti Dip that I used on my water slides. So little tip, if you're going to use Plasti Dip, make sure that last coat that you do on your water slides is done with the matte spray or even a gloss clear, whichever, but cover that Plasti Dip. It's a repellent. All that being said, I have mixed up my epoxy. I think I probably have about 15 milliliters here. I don't know, maybe a little more. And I've put in some of my Marabou alcohol ink. I love this stuff. Okay. I've knocked down the bubbles and she's coated. I'm pretty sure she's going to need another coat of resin, simply because of the repelling water slides. But here's the thing. Stick around, and I have an announcement to make. So if you want to know what that is, I'll see you in a little bit. We'll talk about it.